Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Terra Tech. And on tonight's episode, we are going to be continuing what we left off. Now, I was going to be creating a new bot, one that was going to use that large receiver that we found out there in the world to come out here and pick up some of this stuff and just, basically build a collection, a junk bot. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened, guys, but we don't have those pieces. Those pieces are not in here. In fact, there's a couple of pieces that we got a hold of that are not in here, such as the GSO Grade 3 Fabricator. It's not to be found anywhere in the option menu where you can buy stuff. It's not under any of the GeoCore or VentureBot pieces. I looked in every single tab to see if it was there, as well as the receiver. The only receiver we have are the small receivers and not the large one. And the small ones don't work the same way as the large ones do. The large ones have more power. They do suck up anything that's on the ground, regardless of size. It holds it on your bot so that you can take it back there and sell. And so it has a lot of uses. And unfortunately, it's just it's not here. We don't have access to it. Let me put these weapons on here real quick, guys. If we can stop zooming out for a little while. I really, really, really hope they fix that eventually and get rid of that annoying little zoom in, zoom out kind of thing when you're scrolling. I know you can use the keyboard, but I refuse to do that. It's just not going to happen. There we go. But guys, yeah, it's just not in our inventory. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just not going to be there, and I can't buy it either. I went into the shop to see if maybe, just maybe, we'd have access to buy it as well, and it's not there. So I don't know if it's supposed to be under experimental. I don't have access to an experimental blocks, which may be a thing, and that's why we just don't have it. But if you can find it in the game, chances are it's not experimental. However, I did go ahead and get a few little items that I thought would be rather cool. Let me see, I'm zoomed in as far as we can go. Let's see if we can put these weapons on real quick. Now, the items that I went ahead and got are the big batteries, and the big batteries are the GeoCore ones. These are really, really amazing. They are, as they sound, they are massive in size, the GeoCore battery packs. Compared to the other ones over here, those are about, I don't know, like 1/8 the size, because it takes about 8 of them to equal the same. But you can just see how much power these things can actually carry. Now, they are a little bit stronger as well. So not only will they be able to hold more power, but they'll also be able to take a few more hits without getting destroyed. And you can see as I put more of them on there, they're getting charged up. Now, they don't necessarily have to be in any one particular space. It's not like, they have to be next to the solar reactors. As long as they're attached to the structure in any way whatsoever, the power will get moved from one to the other, and that definitely helps you out. Let me go ahead and take care over this one. No, it's just it's going to put me over here in the corner apparently as the field of view. And I thought having multiple, cabs on this design would allow me to try to take over one and use that as the centerpiece, the actual point of where I'm looking on the map. That way I could kind of go down the row and do things that way. But no, it doesn't seem to be working that way, unfortunately. Can we fire? Yeah, so we can take control over this and we can fire it ourselves. Unfortunately, as I said before, it doesn't seem to want to fire by itself. We have, cabs on there. Maybe we have too many cabs. Maybe that's the key. We also have the guard AI. We also have some other AI modules on here. And I figured, with all of that, we'd be able to do fairly well and just be able to have this thing, kind of defend itself and defend my base. That's what I really, really want, is the ability to defend my base, because it's pretty vulnerable. And as you can see, the mobs are spawning just like all over the place out here, and the last thing I want to do is kind of head out and do something and then come back to either my base completely destroyed or just shattered into pieces, because it does take a little while to kind of get things going and get it all lined up the way you want it to. Now, remember, as I said before, these are batteries. They are explosive, and if you're going to put them down, make sure that they're within shields. Ideally, you'd want them covered as well, because as you have seen, if you have the big boy cannons, and I keep calling them that, but they're actually called something else. If you have those cannons, they pretty much go right through your shields. So if you don't protect these, they can be the undoing of your entire wall here. So at some point, I'm going to cover these up with with blocks. We're just not going to do that just yet because I don't think I actually have enough to do that. And, we could make this a little bit more, you know, neat and make them where they all line up with each other. But in the end, if I have any spaces whatsoever left, I can use those spaces for either more shields, which we definitely need to put some over here on this end now that we're putting all these batteries. I can use them for shields. I can also use them for other battery packs. Like, they don't always have to be the biggest battery pack in the game. Now, for those of you who are wondering, well, how am I affording all of these battery packs? Like, how long have I been out there collecting money? To be honest, not that long. These battery packs, they only cost 100 a piece, and you only get 100 a piece for destroying or for selling the geocore, blocks. So I think they've changed that recently, and I'm not really sure I like that. It's a little bit too cheap. It makes it too easy to get what we need out of this, and yeah, I think we need to take a look at that and maybe fix that somehow. Either, well, not me, obviously. It's going to be a judgment call that the programmers have to make, but I think that's a little too cheap. I think you can do a little bit better by making it a little bit more difficult and a little bit more costly. So let me put these back here, because if you have too many of them, it definitely makes things too easy. And here I am saying the game is really difficult, and then at the same token saying it's too easy with certain respects. And, it's a fine balance. You really have to fine-tune that experience so that people who want that hardcore feeling get it, and at the same time, you give new players the chance to kind of explore and create, an experience for themselves if they don't want that hardcore. So there we go. That should be good for that. Let me close that up. Now, this will almost never run out of power once it's fully charged. Now, it's going to take probably another day trip before that happens because during the day, it creates a lot of power, a lot more than we have ever needed before. So this should be fully charged within one more day. Until that happens, though, it's going to be a little vulnerable. It's going to... dang it, I didn't want to click on that. I want to try to get this square out here if I can. Now, it's a little bit too far outside my range. So what are we going to do? We're going to go ahead and see if maybe we can collect some more resources. I have put a battery pack on this thing as well. Come on, there we go. Can I not back it up? Which way is it going? Why does it want to back up? It's because it's stuck under there, isn't it? All right, let's see if we can get it out from under here. What's it stuck on? This piece right here? Can we back it up now? There we go. Okay, so just one little thing was getting it stuck. I wonder why I did that, because I don't think I rammed it in there last time I went in. So I'm going to leave this device over here. I'm not going to take it with me because we're hopefully not going to get into any fights. We do have the ability to do so, but only on the sides. As you can remember right there, there is no weapons in the back. And that's probably a really, really big oversight on my part because, to be honest, that's where the bots tend to try to attack me from because they know that's where I'm weak, at the most. And we're going to definitely snag some of these. Now, the 3-slot fabricator, as I was mentioning before, it's not in there. So we will have to go back out into the wilderness with our main bot, the actual one that can attack, and see if we can find some on some of those other bases. I did pick up a lot of them, but I do remember leaving a few behind because I was like, no, I already have a whole bunch, and I don't want to stop because I'm too lazy, and which actually is going to turn out in our favor because I did that. Because at least there's a few of them out there that we can pick up. Now, the large receiver, during our entire time out there, we only ever found one. So that's not going to be too easy to replace. It's going to take a while before we can find another one. And if we do find another one, the key to that is to not put it in that little device. Apparently, there are, whatever restrictions on that device. And if we put everything in there, if we go back and get something special again, we're not going to be able to get access to it, which really kind of sucks. So we kind of have to be careful with what we use that device for from now on. Make sure we look at the pieces we're picking up and be like, okay, do we need those? Should we put those on our bot? Maybe we'll throw one in there, but we'll at least have one extra one somewhere on our bot just in case we get back and find, oh, by the way, you can't access those pieces anymore. Now we at least have one. It's back to where we're at right now, which is to have none that we can even experiment with. If I had at least one of those receivers, this guy would at the very least be able to go off and start collecting resources from the ground as far as like weapons and blocks. Maybe not on the large scale that I wanted him to do, but at least on some scale. So if you guys are playing on the same map as me and you guys are watching and you're like, oh, okay, I know where those things are, I'm going to go out there and do the exact same thing he did. Just make sure you guys take into account that, yeah, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket like I did. Why is that down there? I don't know. We put that up here? I guess we could. Why is it upside down? I tell you, some of the defaults of what they changed these things to be are a little ridiculous. Oh, come on. How hard can it be to flip it back up right? There we go. Okay, not exactly the placement. It's going to be a little lopsided, a little bit heavy on one side. Sometimes it will drag to that side if you let it. So you might want to watch out for that. Maybe add a few more wheels in there. And of course, when we back up and use the actual drills, that one corner is going to be a little bit too far out. So that may become an issue at some point. We may have to get rid of that whole section right there. Now, trees. Trees are really, really, really cheap. You're not going to get very much money from them. I cannot express how many reallys you should throw in there because you're going to get like 2 or 3 big bucks for each one of the trees that you bring back with you, the pieces of wood. The only reason I would suggest bringing the pieces of wood back with you is if you're trying to create a surplus of energy. I don't even know if they're used in any recipes. I don't think they are. I don't think I've ever remembered any recipes where trees are used in. However, some of the fuels, such as like the rubber and oil, those are used in things. So I guess in an essence, some of that stuff may be worthwhile to get. But to be honest, you can get some of those fuels from other stuff, such as like the dark rocks. You can get that stuff. So yeah, you don't really even have to go after trees. I just go after rocks. Maybe come up with a better design. I do wish that I had a few of the geocore drills, but because we're not going big, we haven't run into a lot of the really, really big bots. I know we have run into decent-sized bots that have kicked our butts in a lot of ways, but to be honest, they get much, much bigger if you let them. So yeah, that may be a thing. I kind of told you guys we're not going to be doing big bots, but at some point, I may just have to kind of bite the bullet on that one and go out there and create a big bot just for the sole purpose of getting a few of those items. Now, let me see. Is there anything on here that we don't have? Nope, there's no three tier on there. Oh, and there's a rock back here that we don't have. And same thing right here. We definitely want to get these now. These pieces right here, these are the most, common recipe pieces. So the more of these we can get, the more items we're going to be able to make in the long run. So we definitely want to snag those. Oh, come on. That's not what I want to do. Stop it. Stop it. Can we snag all this? Yes, we can. Let's break these off. We'll pick all this stuff back up because you guys are a bunch of buttheads. I didn't want to leave this stuff here. Let's get it. There we go. All right, and let's go ahead and snag this as well because we don't have a lot of those. Those are, somewhat expensive to get. Oh, yeah, there's just so many of these rocks out here, and we definitely want all of this. So we're going to chop this down. There was nothing in that one, unfortunately. What about this one? You going to have anything in there? You just never know sometimes. It looks like it has resources in it, and then you go after it, and nothing. What is that out there? It was some kind of bluish haze. I know there's an enemy, but was he going to build mode? Is that what that was? Maybe. And I might be too high for this one. Can we back it up? Let's go into build mode. See if we can get out of that. There we go. Come on, I want those resources. Give them to me. Now, like I said, we're going to be doing a lot more with our base. They really don't have too much we can do with the building. Like I said, we did want that 3 fabricator. That would have allowed us to come out here and get all these resources like we're doing, and then change it up and start making some really cool stuff with a 3 slot. So I may end up just parking this guy off to the side without taking it into the base, and then going off and seeing if I can find at least one of those 3 fabricators, because if I can find it just one of them, we can do it slowly. It won't be nearly as efficient as we could have if we had like the 6 or 7 that we would have had everything worked out the way it should have. But slow sometimes is better. That way you can actually watch and see what you're doing, and get a feel for what's going on. Unlike when I normally do it, where I just put tons and tons of crap on there and not really pay attention. Then a lot of the time I'm like, I don't know what the combination it was, especially since it doesn't show me the recipe anymore. But there definitely was a combination there. Oh wow, there's somebody over there. I thought I'd go over in that direction, but yeah, they're fighting each other, so we're going to have to go park this guy. Thankfully, our base is not too far away. Warning, your anchored blocks. I think they're referring to that base that I had taken over that I left there. They're probably under attack from the enemies shooting at each other. I don't think they're going specifically after that base or not, but either way, we need to be a little concerned. Let's bring this over here to the side. I don't think I'm going to park it inside the base because I don't want to get too close. Actually, I guess I could. I guess I could park it over here. I just didn't want to get too close to this thing and have them kind of pull off on me at the last second. In fact, let me go ahead and put the battery on top. Very, very dangerous, but it's going to get charged up right here. No, don't do that. Oh, jeez, that's not what I wanted. All right, well, it happened. Let's get this going. We need to back this up. It's fully charged, guys. That's why I leave it right where it's at, so it will do just that. Now let's come over here and take this guy on. Not exactly the most important thing to do. We don't really have to take this guy on. Holy crap, there's a little bit of lag right there, guys. A little bit of lag. Oh, yes. Oh, my God, so powerful. Just 4 of those big guns on there just seems to make all the difference. All the difference, guys. Absolutely amazing. All right, let's go off in this direction. Yeah, I think this is the way for our base, and hopefully I'm just one. That's all we need is just one of those 3 fabricators, and then we can start doing some really, really cool stuff with it, I think, because we got a little bit of each one of the resources. I think there might be 1 or 2 that we don't have, like the green. I think we picked up like 1 maybe, 1 block of it, but yeah, I think we can do it at least. Oh yeah, look how many guys are over here, and they're just sitting there attacking my base. Oh, you guys are dead. You guys are dead. Come on, let me kill you. Let me kill you. Oh, come on. You can't be alive still. Are you kidding me? That's all that's left is the little thing. That is nuts. Okay, three fabricator. No. Are you... Oh, my God, guys. They didn't give it to me. They didn't give it... They give me everything else, but the... Yep, the 3-tier fabricator is not there. Let me go ahead and use my boosters to get a little bit of away from this area. Let's see. There's another guy here. Lumberjill. Okay, we'll take you out, Lumberjill. Let's see how long you last. Actually, I'm shooting way over his head. Are you gonna die? Come on, you know you can do it. You know you want to. Still alive? You gotta be kidding me. These guys are resilient, the small ones, man. I tell you what, they got some pep in their step there, guys. Okay, still no 3-slot fabricator. They're gonna make me work for it. I know they are. I even tossed a few of them on the ground because for a while there, we just had so many of them. I was like, nope, don't need that one. Just toss it. Nope, don't need that one. Now I need to find it, and yeah, they're going to be difficult. They're definitely going to be difficult. Okay, so we got 1 over here in the distance. We got 1 over to the left. Maybe that might be it, because I do kind of remember them being in that direction. But let's come over here anyways. We got them. We might as well check it out. And it does look like it's kind of a big base. So with any luck, we'll definitely have one here that we can do something with. Come on, Lumberjohn. Lumberjohn, I just took out your little sister, maybe your wife, I don't know. But either way, you guys have a very similar name in that regard. My guys are attacking it somewhat, just not head on. And at least we're not getting attacked head on. Come on, you know you guys can do it. Just 1 or 2 shots from my big guns should take this guy out. There we go. Woo, baby. That is crazy. And he's still alive. He's still alive and kicking. What's going on over there? Let's actually look at this. This is not my base yet, but it does look like it has a 3-slot fabricator on it. Right? Let's attach it over here. What is that? No 2-slot. Okay, so not a 3. What about you? Player Tech. That might be a 2-slot refinery, actually. Let me look at that. GSO Foundry. I don't know. We'll have to look at that when we get it back. That doesn't sound familiar. Anything here? No, absolutely nothing there that I need. Okay, so we'll take what we got just in case. It does look like there's even a bigger base over to our right, so we'll definitely check that out here in a second. A lot of bases over here. A lot of bases. Wow. They really have upped the amount of bases you get in this game to the degree of maybe too much. Maybe too much, guys. I don't really want to attack the base, but apparently that's going to be a thing. Can I move? There we go. Ah, come on, stop attacking the base. I need to make sure that this does not have what I need it to have. Actually, it might. No, I don't think that's it, right? Player Tech. This is the same Player Tech as this one. We'll What kind of player tech is it? Grade 2 fabricator? Come on, I know there was a 3 over here somewhere. You can't be telling me there's no 3s. And there's another one of these. GSO Foundry. What the crap does a GSO Foundry do, guys? That's not something I'm familiar with, so we definitely will take it back with us. I guess we'll take 2 of them, just in case. I mean, you know, if it's something valuable, something that we don't get a lot of because I just haven't seen it, then it may be something worth having multiples from. Yeah, there's a big base over there to the right. Come on. Come on, move your butt, guys. You can do it. Oh, geez, so many things here on the ground. Oh, come on. Little dudes that are causing me the biggest headaches. That's the way it always works, and that is just completely annihilated. There's nothing left of that base. That base over there to the left, that might be it, but you can see we're getting heavier, and it's getting a little bit more difficult to actually turn this bot. He's getting bogged down, and really, when I do the boosters, that's the only way he gets that momentum going. And once he has the momentum going, he's good to go. But when he stops full bore and just tries to take off from a dead stop, it's pretty rough on this guy. He just does not want to move. Let's see. Come on, give me something good here. And you're not going to give me anything good. You're just going to tease me a little bit. All right, well, at least it gives me a chance to kill Lumberjohn over here, who likes to bounce around as I shoot him. Not really sure, you know, how he's managing that without being destroyed as he bounces from one location to the other. And we're out of shields? Are you kidding me? Really? And this is where we run into like 5 of these guys at once. So now we have no shields. Do I risk it or do I go back? Look how many enemies are on the map, guys. There are tons and tons of enemies right now. And if I come over here and I get annihilated just because, you know, I'm being careless and I'm not paying attention to my shields, then that's going to suck. Because it took a while to build this guy. And I really don't want to lose him just because I'm being lazy and don't want to go back. There we go. Jeez, he blew all the way over there to the side, and he is still intact. How is that even possible? That is not possible, guys. Not with this firepower. That is just nuts. Come on, guys. You know you want to die. You know you all want to be blown up here. What is that? Oh, crap. I think I just blew most of that up, apparently. Why did they go after those rather than the enemies sometimes? It just seems kind of weird how sometimes they will judge that the base is what they should go after, and other times it's, you know, the actual bots. And it's kind of annoying because a lot of the time I'm going after the base. I want the base intact, and I can't get it intact. Oh, yes. Yes. We are going to risk it so we can get this intact. Actually, we're just getting shot there. We're not actually doing any good whatsoever. Holy crap, look how big that guy is. If we can get the screen to face the right way. We got a nice sized venture bot over here. We're going to have to come back to this. There's just too many mobs, and I don't want to risk being destroyed. Come on, boosters. Boosters, you can do it. All right, let's head back over to our base. I want to get a nice idea of where we're located so I can come back to it fairly easy. We're actually a good distance away, apparently, it looks like. Let's go a little bit to the right. I don't want that guy coming over here and wrecking me when I am not ready for him. And there's another guy over here. That's not a surprise. There are just tons and tons of mobs out here in the wasteland just kind of waiting for you to trip up and make a mistake. What are they selling over here? I hope they're not selling my stuff. You know, my bot could have moved around a little bit. And there's another big guy over here. Geez, we're going to have to come pretty far to get back to my base. What are you selling? Nothing, actually. So maybe it's one of those small bases somebody got next to, and that's what they're selling. Let's see, how are the batteries doing? What are they at? There we go. You can see it charges up really quickly. If I got close enough, you'll be able to see the 4 lines coming from the different receivers. Wow. Okay, so it's down 2. That means these other ones are down 2 as well. We might have to put a few more solar generators down. I think I only have like 8 or 9 total right now to kind of make up all the power. And I guess now we've finally gotten to the point where it just can't even, you know, keep up with how much power generation we have for storage because we put all those batteries down. You can see right there it's actually taking a fair bit of power. It doesn't take very long, though. If you look at my batteries in here, they've gone from 0 to 2 in just this short amount of time. In a second there, it should go up to 3 because we're just kind of sucking those power batteries dry, and definitely making a nice little use out of that. I like these walls. It's something that you can build, And, of course, if you have a few more of these wireless chargers, in fact, I might actually have, yeah, I do have a few more that I can put down, and it's going to go ahead and charge up a little quicker because of it. So let's put these down right here. You can hear the amount of energy just kind of being absorbed really, really quickly. And look at that, guys. My power is just going through the roof because of that. So this is going to be the location to come to, this one little spot. Let's go ahead and back it up a little bit. And we're going to head back out there. Actually, before we head back out there, let me put down the pieces we've gotten so we have a little bit more space to mess around with some of these later on. Let's put these down over here. Maybe not. Let's put them down right there, and we'll grab this one as well. And I think we have one more, right? Yeah, one more. So we'll put that down. Hopefully that's going to be safe. Oh, we got to destroy this guy. You got to be kidding me. Here we go. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. He's in our way. Don't really have much of a choice. Hopefully we don't get destroyed here. He does have the big boy guns on there, and he is hitting us pretty hard. But, we have a lot of shields on, and we're going head-to-head with him, toe-to-toe. And I think we're going to win this one. But we're going to take some damage in the process. There he goes. He is dead. Whew. Okay. We will come back and pick up all of this stuff later on. Hopefully it's still here, but no, we need to come out here. Those are the shields that we passed by, so it's going to be a little bit off to the left. That large receiver. I definitely want that large receiver. That's going to make my little bot that comes out here and just picks up the junk, the leftover pieces that I don't necessarily want to sit there and pick up every single one of them. That's one of the drawbacks we've talked about in the past, where when these things explode like they do, and they explode in great fashion and just enormous, area, which they toss, one block here, 20 blocks over there. The 20 block one isn't so bad for that new item that we have that picks up all the stuff, but the one block here and the one block there really makes things a mess and just kind of hard to keep up with what's going on and how to pick them all up without stopping and saying, let me drag it onto my bot, and it just takes a while to do that. So ideally, if you can get away with not having to drag each and every one of the blocks, yourself, that's going to save you a little bit of time. And since they spawn so quickly nowadays, saving yourself time in that regard is going to allow you to actually go off and find new pieces and new blocks. I don't know if I'm heading in the right direction. I think I am, but I don't remember these little guys being over here in such a large quantity, unless they destroyed the base that they were around, because there was tons of dudes and tons of bases. So let me look off to my right, see if maybe some of them are over here. Let's use our boosters, see if we can get a nice little speed thing going on. No, there's the guy over there. That's another enemy. I still don't see any bases. Like, we followed from one base to the next, so maybe we went the wrong direction. There are two gray arrows out here, and we're right next to it, so we're going to go over here and snag them real quick. I don't remember these gray arrows being on the map the last time we were out here getting those things, so we probably did not go in the right direction. Let's see, what are these things, actually? Whoa, what is this? I do not recognize this piece at all. Black block? I knew they were coming out with colors, but this is the very first color piece that I've ever found, and a white one, too. That is cool. That is going to be neat when you can actually change the colors of the blocks. And there's another one out there in the distance. You can see it right there. Another gray piece. Another item that we have not gotten before. If I can just get over this hill. There we go. Can come over here and snag this one. This one looks like a Venture 2 style block. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. And we'll go ahead and grab that before we head back, because we definitely went in the wrong direction. We have not seen anything out here even resembling a base, and there should be like 50 of them out here. So let's head back this way, avoid that rock right there. Oh man, which way did we go? Why can't we find these things? A little bit further this way, maybe? I know it has to be over here somewhere. There's a base. There's one. I don't know if it's the one or the area, but there's at least one base over here. Lumber Joe. You suck, dude. You suck. Hopefully this destroys you. Hopefully that does not destroy the base, though. I want that base intact. There you go. You are dead. Let's see. Anything on that base? No? Come on. Go after the little dude. Stop going after the base, man. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, and there we go. This is the 3-slot fabricator. Yeah, it is the grade 3 fabricator, guys. This is one that I had thrown on the ground from a previous mission, And now, here we go. I think this is the area I was just in a minute ago. You can see all the little bases out here. Nothing there that I really need, so I'll go ahead and destroy you. Or at least pop you up into the air like that. Holy crap. I tell you, man, I do not know how they survive that, but they definitely do from time to time. There we go. There's the big receiver. Can we kill this guy? No! Stop attacking the base. I am going to slap somebody. Okay, we're going to grab this one. Can we attack this, please? Can we please attack the thing that's actually attacking us? There is, I guess that's why they were going after the base. There is a little guy on there that was attacking us. No, we are definitely going to go ahead and snag this. Is there anything here worth getting, actually? Let's take this stuff apart. No, not really. There is a fabricator here. What is that? Grade 2 fabricator. We'll snag it. We might need a couple more. What is over here? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, please. There is another really big receiver. And the more of these we get, the better off we're going to be. Because if we only have one, and for some reason it gets destroyed, not really any way to replace that at the moment. So you can see right here with the receiver, it picks up all of these items for you. So if I just snag that and put that on there, that is going to be really, really good. Now let me go ahead and get the other fabricator, because I want just a few extras to spare in case. You never know. We'll get the recycler as well. This is definitely blocking some of my my attacks, so that's going to be a thing here. Let's see, you guys are fine. Okay, let's go ahead and head back. We don't need to push it, and my power is actually doing pretty well. We haven't taken too much damage, and because of that, we really haven't lost too much of our power. What's this over here? I think we've gone to all these, right? There is something way over there in the distance? Yeah, there is one way over there in the distance, so let's see if we can check that one out. That one actually looks pretty big, but it could be misleading, the fact that there's so many mobs, so many bosses kind of over here in this area. We might say yes, we can. Yes, we can, guys. He is on the other side, and that's why I do not want to fire through that base. If there's anything there of value, we're going to lose it. We're going to lose it. There we go. You are dead. One shot, guys. One shot. I like it. Okay, warning, your anchor blocks are under attack. I probably have a lot of anchor blocks under attack at the moment, but I don't really care because I got what I need. And that is it, right? Yeah, that is it. I don't need anything else there. All right, we are going to head back before we get in over our heads and find somebody too big to take on, such as the guy right there in the distance. He could be trouble. You just never know what he has on him, but man, I cannot believe we got so lucky to find so many of these receivers and the other fabricators. That is going to be epic, guys. Now we can actually go through and see if we can make some new pieces. In fact, we may be able to make pieces that we normally wouldn't have access to because we have these fabricators. And technically, I guess, we're not supposed to be able to have these fabricators right now. These are ones that we found in the past and we just don't have access to. You can't buy them. They're not even grayed out in the store right now. So, yeah, I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean. Maybe it's, an oversight on their part, or maybe they're planning on putting it in the game, down the road, and they just don't want you to be able to use it. It actually looks like a little hot rod right there. Are you gonna die, punk? Oh! He has those fuel tanks on him. Can we get one of them if we get lucky? Nope, not gonna get lucky on that one. He is completely and totally destroyed those fuel tanks. They are very, very difficult to get. I think on my last playthrough, I did 4 or 5 episodes where I had just the right bot, and I spent a long time killing these guys again and again and again and again until I got those things to spawn and, actually fall down on the ground without being destroyed. But it took a long time. It took me, basically sitting there and taking the hits so that I would make sure that they didn't get destroyed rather than the opposite. So let's see. We're going to come over here. We're going to put these things down right there on this one. We're going to snag these and put this down over here. We're going to put these just down anywhere for now. We'll move them around here in a minute. Actually, I think I'll do that in between episodes. Get all that set up for you guys so you don't have to watch that. Just kind of get them in a new area. Same thing with this recycler. Recyclers are really nice. In fact, I may end up putting those on my bot over here so that they will be picked up with the receiver, recycled, the items that can be recycled, and then the main pieces go and sit on top of the tractor pads. What am I going to do with? I guess we can just put this here for now. And these white and black ones, I think I'm going to leave them on my bot because I don't want to risk them getting destroyed because, or being lost because I don't have the, experimental R&D pack, which apparently is going to be a thing, guys. So again, I want to thank you all for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you do, hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. But more than that, guys, leave those comments down below. I want to know what you guys think. Have you found anything that I haven't found? If you guys are interested in playing on the same map as me, the seed is right there on the bottom right-hand corner. You're more than welcome to load up on that map and, come on here and just experiment with me and just see what you can find. I think it's pretty nice out here on the Salt Flats. Definitely like the Salt Flats a lot more than the hilly terrain. Makes moving around a lot more difficult, makes creating bots a lot more difficult. And yeah, in the end, it's really what you prefer, guys. But I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you guys next time.